Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about solving one-step equations. So to do that, we have two basic steps. The first thing we like to do is that we draw our fence, and the second is that we use inverse operations to isolate the variable. Now the word isolate just means that we want the variable all by itself on one side of the equal sign. So, quick refresher, inverse operations are operations that undo each other. For example, addition and subtraction undo each other. You can see down here 4 plus 7 equals 11, and I can undo that by doing 11 minus 7 equals 4. Another set of inverse operations are multiplication and division, and again you can see some examples of multiplication and division undoing each other. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in by checking out this equation. Oops, I don't want my laser. One moment. There we go. So our equation says y plus 8 equals 12. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my fence. This just helps me make sure I see two separate sides of my equation. Now remember, the whole purpose of an equation is to keep it balanced, and we want to keep the problem the same as we go. So to do that, we need to isolate our variable. In this case, our variable is y. That means we want y all by itself on this side of the equal sign. So we need to get rid of this plus 8. To do that, we're going to use inverse operations. We have addition. The opposite of addition is to subtract. So I'm going to subtract 8. Now equations are kind of like those fractions. Whatever we do to one side, we want to make sure we go ahead and do to the other side. So now, a positive 8 and a minus 8 are like zero pairs. They're going to cancel each other out and create 0. And all I'm left with on the left side now is y. I'm going to bring down my equal sign, and then I'm going to go to the other side. 12 minus 8 is 4. So my answer to the equation is y equals 4. Now what I can do is I can take this 4 and I can plug it back into the equation to make sure it works. 4 plus 8 equals 12. Well, 4 plus 8 is 12. 12 equals 12. We have a balanced and good equation. Let's look at another one with a different inverse operation. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check out the equation I'm given. I see x minus 7 equals 13. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw my fence. And now I'm going to look that I have a minus 7. Well, I have subtraction. The opposite of subtraction is addition. So I'm going to add 7 to both sides. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other to keep this equation balanced. So again, think about your positive and negatives. We have opposites. Opposites make that zero pair. The 7s disappear. So now I just bring down my x. I bring down my equal sign. And again, I have 13 plus 7, which gives me 21. So my answer is x equals 21. Again, I can take this 21 and I could plug it in to check to make sure my equation is correct. Now we see we have a little different type of equation. So first thing I'm going to do is check it out. This equation says 6 times z equals negative 36. Remember, whenever you have a number and a letter or a number and a variable side by side, that means multiplication. So to solve this equation, I'm going to draw my fence. This is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. Now to show division, I'm going to use my division bar. And I'm going to go ahead and divide it by 6. Well, if I divide the left side by 6, I need to divide the right side by 6 as well. Well, 6 divided by 6 is 1. And 1 times z is just going to be z. I'm going to bring down my equal sign. And on this side, you should notice I have negative 36 divided by 6. We have a negative divided by a positive. So I'm going to go ahead and use my tic-tac-toe board to help me out with this problem since I have division. So a negative divided by a positive is going to equal a negative, and 6 goes into 36 6 times. So in this problem, we get z equals negative 6. Now again, I can take this negative 6 and I can substitute it in for z. 6 times negative 6 equals negative 36. Let's see, and this is true. 6 times 6 is 36, and a positive times a negative is a negative. So we got the correct answer for this equation. Now we're going to look at one more problem, and then you will be all done. So check this beauty out. It says negative b divided by 3 equals 12. Now, you could also read this as the opposite of b divided by 3 equals negative 12. And we'll talk about how to handle this in 2 seconds. First, I'm going to go ahead and draw my fence so I can stay consistent. Now, whenever you see a b in front of a fraction bar, you want to give that negative to the number. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this as b divided by negative 3 equals 12. Now, since I have division, the inverse operation of division is multiplication. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this side by 3. Whatever I do to one side, I'm going to go ahead and do to the other side. Now, in theory, this is really 3 over 1 because now I've created a fraction, and my 3's cancel each other out or become 1, and I'm left with b. I'm going to bring down my equal sign, and now I have 12 times negative 3. Because I have multiplication, I can go ahead and draw my tic-tac-toe board to help me out if I need it. I see I have a positive times a negative, which is going to be a negative. And 12 times 3 is 36. So I get a total answer, or a final answer I should say, of b equals negative 36. Hopefully this was a quick or good overview for you for how to use inverse operations to solve one-step equations. If you need to, go ahead and watch the video again. Hope you're all having a great day.